Welcome to today's learning session where we are going to learn about computer booting. You may have come across the term computer booting during your learning activities, and we are going to define what is computer booting. What is computer booting? Computer booting can be defined as the process of starting up a computer. This is when you press the power button of a computer and the computer starts up. Then, for us to proceed, we must learn about the booting process. Which is the booting process of a computer? Or can you describe the booting process of a computer? Let us describe it here. When you press the power button, the power supply unit supplies power to the motherboard where most of the computer components are attached. This includes the CPU and the read-only memory. The read-only memory has a firmware called BIOS, which stands for Basic Input-Output System, that describes or directs the post process. Post stands for power on self-test. The CPU, which is the central processing unit, is the one that sends signal to the BIOS so that the BIOS can initiate the post process. And the post process is responsible for checking whether all the system components are working properly by testing each and every one of them. This is whereby the BIOS checks whether the monitor is working properly, the keyboard, the RAM, the mouse, the processor, computer controllers, computer storage devices, and the CMOS RAM. If any of the component is not functioning properly, an error message is displayed on the screen, or an abnormal beep sound is produced, or a blue screen appears on your computer. And if all the components are functioning properly, the BIOS will load the master boot record, which is abbreviated as MBR. MBR is the information in the first sector of a hard disk or a removable drive. It identifies how and where the operating system is located. MBR, in selecting the boot device, this is from either the hard drive, USB drive, CD, or DVD drive. So, MBR helps in selecting the boot device. After that, the operating system is found from the boot device. It is then loaded into the computer main storage or the random access memory. This is successful due to the help of the bootloader, which is a small program that loads the operating system. Also, the CPU checks whether and reads some instructions such as the current time and date from a special memory called CMOS. CMOS stands for Complementary Metal Oxide Semiconductor. This information is also sent to the random access memory. At this point, the kernel also gets loaded. The kernel controls access to the computer resources such as hard drive, keyboard, mouse, monitors, among others. It is also responsible for loading drivers or the hardware attached to the computer. After that, the system processes and user space are launched where the login processes allows the user to interact with the computer system by inputting the login credentials. So at this point, this is where the user is allowed to put the password so that he or she can log in. Now, let us look at a diagram representation of the booting process. We have said that once the device is powered on, the BIOS performs posts, and then once the BIOS performs posts, by checking whether all the computer components are working properly, the operating system is loaded into the random access memory. And once the operating system is loaded into the access memory, the system configuration is accomplished. Again, after the system configuration is accomplished, system utilities are loaded. This is where we have the system processes and the user space. They are loaded, and then the user is given an opportunity to put the password so that they can be authenticated. Having learned about the computer booting process, it is also important to learn about the types of computer booting. We have two types of computer booting. Number one is cold booting or hard booting. Number two is warm booting or soft booting. What is cold booting? This is starting up a computer that was originally off. When a computer was off and then you start it, it means that you have cold booted a computer. This can be achieved by pressing the power button on the system unit. So when you press the power button on the system unit and the computer was originally off, you have done hard booting. And another type of computer booting is warm booting or the soft booting. We also refer to it as restarting a computer. This is starting up a computer that was originally on. This may be achieved by number one, pressing a combination of keys at the same time. Which are these keys? When you press Alt plus Control plus Delete, then you have an option of restarting a computer. Number two, you can do it by pressing the restart or the reset button on the system unit. And number three, you can restart a computer by using the start button menu. And then when you click the start button menu, you select restart and you click and your computer is going to restart. And then, having learned about the computer booting process and the types of computer booting process, we have come to understand that booting is the process of starting up a computer. And that marks the end of our learning session today. I am very much grateful and thank you very much for being with us from the beginning until the end.